I'm using active dry yeast, which needs to proof in warm water for a few minutes in order to start multiplying. If you prefer to use a different kind of yeast like rapid rise, I'm sure it'll work, and you probably have experience with how to do that. But the only liquid in the dough is water, so that works with the yeast. And I still need to measure out the flour and get that ready. It only takes a couple minutes for the yeast to proof, so this works pretty efficiently. The sugar, I'm using golden, but any white sugar is fine. Brown, whatever, it probably work fine too. It's extra food for the yeast, so they'll get their job done a little faster. Depending on how warm your kitchen is, this dough will take 1 to 4 hours to proof. If it gets a little overproofed, you could punch it down, divide it into the separate pieces, and let it rise again, and that would be better. I don't usually do that. The water should be very warm, but not hot. And for me, that's water that is a little too hot to take a bath in. This water was too hot when I ran out of the tap a couple minutes ago. It's just right now. Add a tick of sugar. 1 yeast package has 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, which coincidentally is just the amount of yeast that the full recipe uses. We're doing 2/3, so I'm going to measure out 1½ teaspoons. Don't want to waste any of the extra yeast here because I'll make more pizza dough soon. Give that a stir. Cover it with something to keep the heat in there, and we'll move on to the flour.